Thank you. You know, in today's rapidly changing creative economy, I think it's very important for music professionals to have some kind of entrepreneurship training. I think it's very important, and I think that's why it should be included in every music program in some way. You know, it's very exciting when I talk to a student about our music industry program and they get very excited about the possibilities there might be for themselves that they never thought about. But they really have to change their way of thinking. They appreciate classes that are experiential in nature and are project-based because they realize that taking action that gives them actual results they can see is exciting, and it helps move them from being a wantrepreneur to an entrepreneur. There are a lot of students who aren't necessarily focused on creating a business, and we heard Elizabeth talk this morning about social entrepreneurship and students becoming involved with a musical nonprofit. That's a very viable option for students in their career choice. And also, the ability to actually create a business is part of where I like to take my students. Now, let's talk first about the entrepreneurial mindset. How many of you have heard that term before? Okay, so what does that mean when we're talking about our students? Well, it's been my observation that a lot of our students exhibit characteristics that are typical of the entrepreneurial mindset. They're very passionate about what they do. Okay? In addition, they've developed discipline and have the ability to focus. They're persistent. They persevere through that challenge of that technical passage or that way of expressing that they really want to master. What they're lacking is an understanding of the business strategies and the business skills that are going to take them where they really want to go, to get their idea to fruition. That's where we can help them. We can help them by helping them gain some of these business skills and understanding, which then allow them to have increased self-belief and self-confidence in this area that they hadn't thought about before. As important as a part of the business skills they need to gain, they have to know the customer. Now, what does the non-musician think about music? That's important to know because oftentimes it's the non-musician who donates to the symphony. It's the non-musician who hires the brass quintet or the soloist for the wedding. Okay? Now, our students learn about the collaboration that's so important in the music industry, but their collaboration experience that we bring to them is usually with other musicians. So it's important to cultivate other collaborative relationships with the business department, with mass communication department, even with businesses outside of the the academic area. Also is tying in with changing the thinking. I like for my students not to think of themselves as a sophomore in the music business program. I want them to think of themselves as a creative. And I want them to immediately think of themselves as the end result, as what they want to be. You are a trumpet soloist. You are a composer for video games, a patent holder, a business owner. And in order to get that kind of collaboration and interaction and thinking going, I hold my classes in a seminar format, which means all the desks or table are facing each other for maximum interaction. If we have to reference some technology here, great, we turn ourselves to that, but that's not primary. It's about the people, it's about the eye contact. I create variations for them. We don't always meet in the classroom. We have a new innovation center on our campus with whiteboards and conference tables, and it's a whole different things. That's where we meet on a somewhat of a regular basis. I will take them to the library for the breakout rooms for our small group projects to create a really dynamic environment for them. So one of the early things that we do in the program is I like to have them focus on identifying a need. It might be a need that is unmet. It might be a need that's already met but can definitely use some innovation. How about looking for a need that you create yourself that's not even there? An example I like to use is Facebook. Do we need Facebook? Well, no, not really, but once Facebook was there, then everybody needs Facebook. So that was a creation of a need right there. And once we've identified a number of different things to play with, then I like to take them through important business philosophies like the business model canvas. And an example of that is the chart that we'll be working with over here, where we have different categories. Or the lean launch pad, so they can decide what are our resources, who do we need to partner with, what value do we bring to the marketplace with our string quartet, or with our piece of percussion equipment that we're developing. And they understand the need, the cycle that happens of planning, developing, bringing a product to market, getting customer feedback, and then adjusting it, maybe adjusting that string quartet repertoire for different ceremonial kinds of things. So that kind of understanding of the business processes is important. And I use some other ideas with the students to develop ideas and strategies. We do an idea challenge, and I got involved with this because I am a Coleman Foundation Faculty Entrepreneurship Fellow. And our Coleman Foundation group on our campus hosts an idea challenge. Students from all disciplines on the campus, they have a list, 3 different lists. They pick one item from each list, and they might be completely unrelated, and then that group has 7 minutes to create a new product or service. It's amazing what they come up with. It really changes their thinking. There's times when I've designated one particular day of the week in class for a production meeting based on the assignments that they have. In this morning production meeting, they may call, email, text. They have to make arrangements for that audio equipment to be there on a particular day for the live music assignment. They'll contact someone to make sure that they're scheduled in the TV studio. So when they bring that musical group in there for the TV production assignment, everything is set. Parking pass for the guest artist. All the logistical stuff we have to do. I supervise the actions, and then by Friday, they have to give me a status report. Not a status report on the actions they've taken, but what are the results? Because if you make the phone call and you don't get the call back, you've got to call again. It's all about that action-oriented activity. And of course, I have them all do an elevator pitch. As you know, 60 to 90 seconds to pitch to that client or that business. So, a great option for many students who have a focus on giving back to the community is a nonprofit, musical nonprofit organization, many of which can be considered social entrepreneurship. My wife and I just co-founded a new El Sistema-inspired leadership and development program called Music Spark. And it is making tremendous impact. We see that already. We're very excited about what it is, and it's very satisfying to me to see the impact that we're having with these young people who are from a different disadvantaged background. Very similar to what we heard about this morning. So we're very excited about that. Just a few other items that I include in my teaching that we can include as far as entrepreneurial types of things to include in our curriculum. We evaluate case studies of different businesses that have been started. And we are able to identify what's the difference between an idea which needs more percolation and development and an opportunity that's ready. I have them do an idea journal where they keep track of everything. Phone numbers for the engineering student who helps them with a prototype. Whatever idea they've gotten from a blog or the web. One of the things we put into this, idea journal is our exercise in value proposition. They have to answer 3 questions for me. What do you do? What is your target market, your customer? And why should they care? Helps them codify where they are and where they want to go. I have them do a marketing assignment, which includes maybe several businesses. They compare and contrast, researching their marketing strategies, and give a presentation to the class. And finally, creating a business. It's my goal to have each one of our students, particularly in our music business program, create a real business by the time they're done with our program, in whatever area that they want to do it. And so you can see that I'm very passionate about including music entrepreneurship as a high priority in 21st century music programs. So here's my challenge to you today. I challenge you to incorporate some type of entrepreneurial strategy or entrepreneurial thinking in one or more of your classes right away this fall. Are you ready for that challenge? Yes. Okay, great. Thank you very much.